Why are you looking at me like that, Jim? Is that something you rather not talk about? Okay, no, I'm just joking. What's going on, everyone? Chris here from Corelton Gaming. Welcome back to another episode of Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity. Where we last left off, we went to Lyoko for the first time here in the factory. We went through some tutorials of how to control Odd and found William still being controlled by Xana. And now, this time, we're going to, well, what else to do but talk to some characters. Let's just start out with Jim.
Delarobia, how's our little secret doing?
Oh, well, no problem, Jim. All locked up and I threw away the key. Nobody will hear a word about Paco, King of Disco.
Shh! For God's sake, Delarobia, not so loud. There are people around, and I don't want news spreading about my acting career.
Don't worry, Jim. Your secret is safe with us. I'm gonna actually start off with, of course, Herb. Also want to let you know, it is good that you start from left to right. Again, like I said in the last episode, it will make sense why you do it, but it just makes sense from going from left to right because the story kind of makes sense. You'll understand what I mean as we go on, but let's talk to Herb.
Say, you haven't seen Sissy by any chance? I did all her homework and have to give it to her before chemistry class.
No idea.
Really? Sissy, where are you?
A real slave.
I had like a pun in there somewhere, but I lost it. I'll just come up. Oh wait, no. His name is Herb. He's so hurt by it. I guess he can make some herbal medicine. Okay, no. That was bad. I gotta come up with some better ones. Let's talk to Tamia.
Hey, do you know where Sissy is?
You're the reporter. You're supposed to know these things.
Oh, I resigned.
Oh, yeah? And Millie?
She's gone too. Sissy is a disaster. She only wanted to write articles about herself, so we split. If she keeps this up, she'll change the Caddick News into an all-about Sissy tabloid.
I wonder what that would actually look like. Like, it would be like, in this news, that lipstick is like so in, but like fake wigs and hair extensions are like so out of season. Okay. I don't know why I'm coming up with this stuff. Let's talk to Mrs. Hertz.
Leave me alone.
What's wrong, Mrs. Hertz?
It's you. You! I can't take it anymore. I haven't slept all week because of you students. You're in my nightmares. I'm all alone in front of you. Thousands of you. Right there looking at me with your vicious little eyes and your pointy little teeth like vampires.
Hey, me too. I had a nightmare last night. Kiwi had turned into a giant and he was flying around the sky dropping poison meatballs. And there I was, swimming around in an ocean of fish batter. But I couldn't drown. The stuff was too thick.
Leave me alone.
What? Where does Odd come up with this stuff? I'm sorry. I'm gonna need a minute. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. That just was way too funny. Like, where does Odd come up with this stuff? Okay, now that we got that dream stuck in our heads and maybe another fan fiction to arrive in the Code Lyoko fandom, let's just move on to the factory and see what other missions we have.
There you are. Finally.
Hi, Jeremy. So what was it you had to tell us that was so important?
I hope it's good news.
I put the finishing touches on Lyoko. There was still some Franz Hopper info to decode, and I had to develop a code-cracking module for the binary and dynamic data, and...
Are you finished or not?
Yeah, a couple of days ago.
Cool.
So what have you been working on lately?
Aelita and I have figured out a way to track William.
Spit it out, Einstein. What is it?
We have to cross the digital sea.
Are you crazy? Do that and we'll be devirtualized forever.
Don't panic. Aelita and I have been working all week. We fixed up a ship that will take us across the digital sea unharmed.
Oh, right. A ship. Show me.
I mean, it's not quite ready just yet.
Okay, let me guess. You need us to get some data back from Lyoko, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I've been checking, and we're missing some of the dipolar data blocks.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Okay, I'll start the procedure.
Looks like we're now going to Lyoko into Sector 5 with everyone intact this time. There's a little bit of a text difference, or at least a little difference in that text that you saw. I'll go over them in a later episode, but right now we need to see if we can prepare that ship. So now, what do you say? We go into Sector 5. Just to let you know, this upgrade menu, I will be able to go along about it later. But right now, let's go to Sector 5 and see if we can get the data for Jeremy. Finish the ship so you can cross the digital sea and search for William. Let's do this.
Scanner on. Scanner Ulrich. Scanner Yumi. Scanner Aelita. Virtualization. Let's get going. We have to recover the data that we need to finish the ship. By the way, I wasn't able to recode your powers and skills. The data was lost when Lyoko was destroyed.
Oh, no!
Don't panic. You should be able to pick up the data packs, which will let me reprogram you.
So, what do you say we get this thing started? To change character, you see this little thing right here. Press up to change to Ulrich, right to press to Odd, down to press to Yumi, and left to press to left to switch to Aelita. We're gonna start out with Ulrich, and if you look back here, there's these little, I guess, like monster, I forgot the name, but you know, monster pieces, little dead pieces of monster. These are like what I like to call artifacts. I just thought I'd come up with my own name, especially since Odd always comes up with names. And those little things that you soft loaded into me, I call them point clusters. These are basically points that you get, and if I go to the pause menu, oh, actually I can't do that, but actually right here, you can see the points right there. These points are actually going to be very helpful. Again, I'm going to go over it a little later, but right now, let's actually get into battling. Starting off with Ulrich. When fighting with Ulrich, you make rapid movements with the Wii remote, as if you were swinging a sword. So, time to knock everybody into submission. Okay, no, not really. So, you hold B while you swing. It says press B, but it's better if you hold it. And try to make combos of 2 or 3 hits by chaining different movements.
Ulrich, this creeper has a special armor. According to my analysis, only your laser saber can pierce it.
Just like God, you can hold Z and shield. Actually, you do that with every character. And basically what you do is hold the B button on, at least in the Wii version, and just start swiping. I usually just like shaking the Wii remote and just do this. It doesn't matter which way you shake it, it still works. So yeah, really nice. It only works when you hold B though. You can chain combos together while you're holding B. So it's better to just hold it instead of just pressing B and do combos. If you just hold it, you'll be fine.
Ulrich, you have to let Odd, Aelita, or Yumi turn on the switch. You can't do it with your sword.
You sure? I feel like I can do it. Can I? No. As you see, I can actually sword slice while I'm in the mid-air. Really nice. Sometimes it adds double damage to your sword slices, so that's kind of cool. I'm gonna switch to Yumi, and as you see, I'm just gonna hold and hit that. Now, not a lot of people really are a fan of Yumi, at least in the show, and I understand that, but let me tell you, playing as Yumi is actually really cool. I think she's probably one of the best fighting characters as you play with her more. I'll show you how she works. As we see wall cankerlots, hold B and move the cursor over your enemies to lock on. Once you are locked on, release B to throw your fans. So, you can hold B. I'm going to dodge these cankerlot lasers because they are really mean. And as I hold B, I'm also in aiming mode. And I swipe. I get canceled by the lasers. Swipe over, and I can lock up to 2 hits. 1 hit kill! Locking up to as many as you want. In fact, watch this. I'm locking up. You can see the targets that I have. And each of them take 2 hits. 1-hit kill for each of them. That is a dangerous combination. It's literally just moving your cursor and it will lock up to them. Now, Yumi only locks up to 4 enemies, but I tell ya, later on, she's going to get so much better. In fact, I can just get these 2 artifacts right here and get more point clusters. Yes, I'm calling them point clusters. Go with it. Anyways, save point, and what's this?
You just recovered some goodies. When you get back, I'll have them analyzed by the supercalculator, and you'll be able to check the results from the schoolyard.
Well, thanks for that, Jeremy, but here's another good example. Again, Yumi can only lock up to 4 targets, but again, 1-hit kill. I don't need to make it any better than that. And while we're going up here, can I just say, I don't like the name Goodies. Like, I'm sorry. For one, it's not even a multiple thing. Goodies is not even a right name for it. Another Kangalot's here. Gonna deflect attacks. But yeah, I do not like the name Goodies. Wow, just great. It's a trading card. It's one thing. So I do not like it calling it Goodies. Instead, I'm gonna fuse the 2 that I name and what Jeremy names and call it a goodie card. I'm just gonna refer that to now on because every time I think of goodies, I just think of my goodies, my goodies, my goodies, and not my goodies. I'm sorry. I think of that song every time I think of that. So yeah, I can't help it. Enough of that, let's see how we control with Aelita. Hold B to charge a powerful ball of energy. The longer you charge, the more powerful it will be. Release B to throw.
These creepers shouldn't be a problem. They don't have any armor.
So enough of that, let's switch over to Aelita. Before I show how she really works, you can actually kind of fight like Odd in some way. You can just tap B and you'll be able to get a hit on it. The problem with that is it stops her movement when she lets go. As you can see, I'm pressing B and it just stops her movement. Whereas Odd, if I just aim like this, he can actually move and I'm holding B. So even just tapping B, that still does that and it doesn't stop his movement. What I like to do with Aelita is I hold B and she makes a big ball of energy. Throw it off, if I can just aim it, and 1-hit kill. Okay, to be fair, maybe it wasn't that great, but I mean, I did kind of weaken it with some of the arrow. Did I weaken it with Odd? Maybe. I did weaken it with a little bit of Odd and also a little bit with Aelita, but still, one big ball of energy. What's this? I could probably do this. Dude, that is a big ball of energy. It's pretty powerful. I really like that method of fighting a lot better than just rapid firing. But enough of that. Let's switch over to Odd and climb up here. And I gotta say, I really like Aelita's way of fighting a lot better. Also worth mentioning about Yumi's method of fighting. You need to get used to her method of fighting. I would say now is because her way of fighting will be very important of what is coming up. Trust me, you'll know what I mean. But enough of that. I'm gonna use Odd, and while he was jumping backwards, I don't know how he can be so ballsy, but wow, that came out of my mouth, but whatever. Let's get over here. This is why I like to move the cursor to the side so that way they can walk normally. It only does that with Odd and Aelita. With Yumi, if you let go of B, she'll go back to her regular walk. So let's go over here.
I need more data to clear this obstacle.
Well, you heard him. You need more data, but I'm gonna go for it anyways. And wow, that bites. So yeah, we're not allowed to go down here. So we'll come back to it later. Trust me, it'll make a lot more sense when we do. But now, let's move over here.
Careful not to fall here.
Yeah, the digital sea. We know all about it.
No, this hole doesn't lead to the digital sea. It's just empty.
So if you fall into it,
You'll wander forever in the digital void.
Wow, freaky.
So they say that about the digital C, about losing your life points. I gotta say this, life points, it doesn't matter in this game. Like, okay, say for example, someone like Odd gets devirtualized by jumping off, for example. You see him gets devirtualized. You just arrive back at the same save point like nothing matters. It's really dumb. I really wish they made it harder. They made it easy for a lot of kids, and in fact, this life meter right here, oh, trust me, there's some really differences in the PlayStation version. Again, I'll make a mention of it later, but it just sucks that like life points just don't matter. Like you could just jump off at any time. You don't even lose a character. It just doesn't matter. And I really wish it did matter just because I want a challenge, but wow, I said I want a challenge and there's my challenging one and there goes my elevator. Wow, I just feel like the game just gave me revenge for doubting it. But I do like this game. I just wish it was a little tougher, and it just really sucks. It just really bites that it doesn't matter of losing your life points. If you lose your life points, you automatically get back, you know, to the old checkpoint you just recovered. So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. I want a bit more of a challenge. I was hoping it would be like the show because they really take a lot of drastic measures in that show. Here, it's not really that bad. I kind of think of it to be a little bit on the easy side. Unless if you're playing the PlayStation version. Oh, trust me. Now that it's done, let's get the data.
Right. With the new data, I was able to put the finishing touches on the ship.
Right. Now we just have to christen it.
Oh, okay. What about the USS Meatball?
Whatever.
What do you know about it anyway?
When I was little, my dad told me tales about a magic drakkar that sailed the seas and never lost its way. It was called the Skidbladnir.
Yeah, that sounds good. What do you think?
Skid. Yeah, sounds cool. And it's easier to say.
Cool. Get ready then. I'm sending you to the skid. We'll finally be able to try it out. Energize. Cast off. Full steam ahead.
Man, I like the name USS Meatball.